This movie is about watch windows, which is Excel's way of keeping an eye on different parts of your workbook. We're going to set up a watch window and we're going to add a watch. In fact, we're going to add two of them. We're going to move the watch window, fairly easy thing to do, and we're going to delete the watches that we set up. So I have a real simple worksheet set up where I have two groups of three numbers that are added together. These three numbers are 136, these three numbers are 95. And I'm going to use some functionality that we used in a prior movie to establish a connection between the value that's in B8 and some value that may be utilized within the workbook that draws from the value that's in B8. I want to find out whether there's a reference to B8. And this will enable me to set up a watch window to watch that area that's dependent upon B8 more easily. So to do this, we're going to go to the Formulas tab, and we're going to trace dependents. And I see I have a dependent cell that's on another worksheet. That's what that little insignia means from the prior movie. I'm sure you remember that. I'm going to go to that place by double-clicking that dotted line, left-clicking OK, and there it is, 136. That was the value. I'm on sheet 1, cell B88. And of course, this could be a lot more complex than it is. This is just a direct reference to the value that's in B8. There could be a lot more going on in this area. But this is enough to demonstrate a watch window, which is in the formula auditing group, just like the dependency arrows are. I'm going to open up the window, left-click, Add Watch, and the address of the active cell automatically populates the field. I'm going to left-click Add. So I have one watch. I'm going to go back to our worksheet and do the same thing. Trace dependents, double-click, get the Go To dialog box, left-click the selection to populate the reference field, left-click OK, and I'm back on sheet 1 in a different place. I'm going to add another watch, left-click Add, and then I'm going to go back to our worksheet. Remove the arrows. And this watch window, you can dock it at the top of the worksheet just by grabbing it and moving up as I did. You can undock it by grabbing it and moving it back down. You can also do that by left-clicking the drop-down and then left-clicking Move. And when you move it to the location you want it, left-click to release the hold that the mouse has on the window. So the watch window allows us to remotely look at a different part of the worksheet or the workbook, and it provides us with some information. The name of the workbook, the name of the sheet, the name if there was a named range associated with these cells and there isn't, the address of the cell, and the current value, and then the formula that's in those cells. So that when I make a change to my active worksheet, I can see the effect that these changes have on the areas that I'm watching in the watch window. And obviously that's true in both cases. To delete a watch, left-click it and then left-click Delete Watch. And I'm going to delete both of them. And then close the watch window and go back to our worksheet. So that was the watch window. You can quickly set up a watch that allows you to keep an eye on a different part of your worksheet or your workbook that may be affected by the areas that you're working on and changing. You can move the watch window and dock it at the top of the worksheet, and when you're done, you can delete individual watches or just close the whole watch window.